Hey, so you ever had a time when you go out shopping, like for a toy, you see something that you don't particularly want, and so you leave it, and then you go shopping again, and you're thinking, oh well, I might pick that one up that I skipped last time. The sort of you go out and you settle for it in a way. And then do you ever like you settle for something and then you get there and it doesn't have it? I had that yesterday. Last week, I believe it was Boxing Day. I was staying over at my dad's and my brother took me to Smith Toys store in Grimsby, and they had, excuse me, Power of the Primes Inferno, I believe. And I was like, no, I'll leave that. I picked up Studio Series Ironhide Optimus Prime, Power of the Primes Elite 1, and Studio Series Lockdown. And I was like, nah, I've spent enough, I'll leave Red Alert for now. And then yesterday, as of recording, I went to the Smith Toys in Leicester with my son, so we could spend his Christmas money. Now I was thinking, oh, that shop will probably have Red Alert in there. Inferno. I was thinking, yeah, they'll probably have Inferno. They didn't. So I think I came back with Last Night Hot Rod, and that was from the Entertainer, and Power of the Primes Moon Racer, which was one that I was after, seeing as I recently picked up Elite 1. Tell me in the comments, are there any other female Transformers that become combiner limbs for Elite 1? Because right now she only has one female limb. I'd like to know before I get to the review on her. The thing is, I was quite disappointed that Inferno wasn't there, because I talked myself into buying him. I was like, oh, I'll get Inferno if he's there. Yeah. And there was also this curiosity building up inside me about what would Inferno look like with the other Protectobot limbs. Sorry, my ear's gone a bit funny. Because Defensor looks great, Hotspot looks great with the Protectobot limbs, but I don't know. There's just I'm gonna have to pick up an Inferno now, just so I can see what he looks like with the Protectobot limbs. I might swap out Blades for Prowl, just so he's got like 4 white limbs. I think that would be nice on a red torso. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that, are we? It's just one of those weird little musings that I had. I'd kind of settled for something and then got quite excited for this thing I'd settled on, and then I didn't get it. But yeah, still a good day. Got to spend time with my son in the city. Still a good day. No complaints. I can get an Inferno, easy. Plenty of stores will still have them. Yeah, today we are talking about Titan's Return now. Started recording them yesterday. New Year's Eve. It's New Year's Day now. And I got up and I barely made myself a coffee, had a cigarette before I was like, yeah, let's get on to the next reviews. That's how into this I am at the minute. And actually, I was that into it that I messed up my order for the reviews, but it's fine. I was supposed to do Optimus Prime before Blaster, but yeah, that didn't play out. Still haven't reviewed Optimus Prime yet. Today, though, we're back to Deluxes, and it's back to another dual review because they are essentially the same figure, bar the head sculpt. It looks like, I can already tell. But still, two, like Chrome Dome and Breakaway, two really good figures. I really like these. I'm looking at Hardhead and Quake. Now, Hardhead was one that I was, he's one of those 4 bastards that fell from the sky. One of the OG headmasters. And Quake's just a repaint that I picked up one day. But he's a Hardhead repaint, and Hardhead is a cracking little figure himself. Let's have a look at him. If we could focus. Put the hood up. Embrace the dark side. See if that does the trick. Go on, bitch. Go on, bitch. Oh, almost good, bitch. There we go. Check out the head. The head is, for want of a better phrase, hard. It's great. I love that head. The amount of detail in that head sculpt is amazing. You've got the little ridges, the vents on the mouth plate. You've got the hollowed out points next to the mouth plate with the two diagonal lines going through. Even the detail on the forehead crest. It's a really nice head sculpt. This is. And yeah, like I said, Hardhead was one of the OG ones that I wanted. But if we check out some of the detail, and some of this detail will be better emphasized with Quake when we get to him. That's just like the vents that go across the chest and the massive panel here in the chest. It's really nice. It's really alien militaristic in a way. And he's got some nice sculpting, like the shape of him. You know, as Ed Sheeran would say, I'm in love with the shape of you. And a lot of these have great shapes. You know, body figures and proportions and stuff like that. And the arms, they're, you know, the standard tank treads, aren't they? With a little Autobot symbol there on both sides. And then the green fists. The gun, it's just a standard rifle, you know, nothing special, doesn't do anything. But yeah, sometimes that's for the best. A nice bit of silver paint on the waist, centre waist and crotch with that red detail and the yellow belt almost. It's almost like a utility belt, isn't it? And then the black boxer short type things with the grey legs. And the treads for legs as well that are pretty standard, except those red wheels that I do really like actually. It just adds a little bit more to it. Yeah, Hardhead looks great. Let's have a look at Furos, his Titan Master. Let's see if I can get that in focus. No. Come on. Almost had him there, didn't we? There we go. I mean, even Furos himself is... sorry, my ribs are right on the table. Furos himself is a really nice figure. Especially the face. I don't know if you can see it, but he's got like the blue visor, but you know, with the mouth instead of the mouth plate. So it's not just like he's got a little Hardhead head on his Hardhead head. Yeah. But yeah, decent amount of sculpted detail in these fellas. Really do like it. And some little detailing on the side there. Never really done a points of articulation for a Titan Master, have I? So, the heads, they turn 360. Because sometimes you need them. It's quite necessary that they change. The arms go up. No elbows. What do you expect? They go out a little bit. Not a great deal. The legs go forward. Bend at the knees. Double bendy knees, obviously, for the headmaster. Oops. Okay, so before we take a look at Quake, we'll go into points of articulation with Hardhead. Let's take the gun off for a start. This cannon here can also detach. You've got a thing for it to go on there, and then there's a peg and port. It's simple. So articulation, head goes 360. Arms can go out and up a little bit as well, and they can go all the way around. Upper bicep swivel under the tread, elbow bend. He even has a wrist swivel. So yeah, points for that, and the wrist goes in as well. So he has a wrist swivel and the inny-outy wrist thing. I'm not going to do that motion again. No waist swivel. The thigh swivels there. Legs can go forward. They can go out. Bend at the knee. No, little bit of foot articulation. Toes go up and down a little bit. Well, down to standard. But yeah, all in all, decent little figure. I really do enjoy this one. He's not my favourite of the 4 bastards, but that's only because I'm dropping shit. It's only because I like Chrome Dome and Brainstorm more. It's a case of like all 4 of them. Highbrow has the issue with the head that we'll get to in his review. It doesn't want to sit straight. Well, in terms of the OG bastards, it's, yeah, across the board, great figures. One thing I will point out quickly is there's a bit of there's hollowness on the inner shin and calf and inside the forearm, but, you know, other than that, it's still a great toy. Let's have a look at Quake. And I'm just going to have a quick little mosey at them together. Right, so with these boys, again, I'm not going to go over there and do that, but do the mega comparison thing. But there's no difference in sculpting with these guys other than the head. So I'm not going to go over there and do a comparison. I'm just going to go with it here. So Quake, like I said, he highlights some of the detail better than Highbrow does. If we can get him in focus. Come on. Focus, Quake. And my camera's being a bell end. Oh no, I don't want to do this. Come on. Really doesn't want to focus on Quake, does it? Taking the piss now, mate. I don't know what it is. It seems like there's certain colours that the camera doesn't want to lock onto. And it'd rather just focus on the shit around. It's like, no, it's too much hassle. Let's look at that instead. No. Fuck off. It's not that hard, is it? You've just focused on Hardhead, focus on fucking Quake. Really don't want to focus on him, does it? Much rather focus on every cunt else in the room. I'm going to have to change my setup. I mean, I wanted all this behind me on my setup, just because, you know, there's my collection. But, you know, sometimes it'll focus on a bastard over there, it'll focus on a twat over there or up there. So it's fucking... I don't even know why I'm mad at you. I shouldn't even be mad at you. Sorry, mate. Well, this is a baptism of fucking cuntery, isn't it? Trying to figure out the best way to do this. Because my fucking place is surrounded by plastic. There's nowhere where there isn't plastic. Unless I just do it over there, but that's going to be fucking bollocks. I can't sit down. Camera can't be stationary. Or can it? Don't know. Let's try that. Okay, so I tried it over there. It didn't work. My angle wasn't right. I shut the blinds and I shut the camera down and reopened it, and we seem to be onto a winner. I think it might be when stuff comes through, like notifications on my phone, that might cause an issue, because there's shit going on in the background and I need to clear that. But yeah, anyway, we're back with Quake, and like I said, he highlights some of those other bits of detail better than Hardhead. But, you know, there's areas where Hardhead does it better as well. We'll get into that. The silver paint on the chest vents, for example, is really nice. But then you contrast that with Hardhead, who has the grey, like, whatever that shape is, the centre plate of that. And then also Quake has the like burgundy wrists, but he has the grey hands, so it's almost like he's wearing wrist tape or sweatbands, whereas Hardhead has the just all grey arms with the gloves. So Quake breaks up the arms a bit more. I think, yeah, burgundy forearms as well, or biceps, sorry, whereas Hardhead has the full grey. Quake has the, underneath the blue panel, he has the red underside, which Hardhead's is all the same, green, but it's sort of like, it's like Chrome Dome and Breakaway in a way. Like, they use the different paints to break up different parts. Like if you look at Quake, he has the blue chest with the burgundy underneath, and then it's back to blue for the abs and waist, the lower abs and the waist and the crotch area. Whereas Hardhead, it's green all the way down until the lower abdominal area, and then you've got the grey again, and then it's yellow and silver paint. Quake also has more detailing on the legs, the lower legs. As I mentioned, Hardhead doesn't have much paint down there. Quake has the blue wheels, but he also has black feet and some paint around the sides that Hardhead's lacking. Sorry. So yeah, all in all, both do a very good job with the paint. Hardhead's is obviously true to the character. Quake's you can take a little bit more liberties with, and they've done a great job with it. I like what they've done with the paint on both of these fellas, and just little differences that set them apart. Again, like Chrome Dome and Breakaway. Although I will say with these two, they are more obviously repaints. I mean, it's obvious with Chrome Dome and Breakaway as well, but less so. Let's take a look at Chasm, who is Quake's Titan Master. If we can. I know how temperamental the camera's being today. There we are. Chasm, his detail isn't as good as Hardhead's. I mean, it's still decent sculpted detail and moulding there, like the shins, for example. But his face is all grey. There's no like little blobs of colour in there to break up the face a little bit. Like the thing is just all grey. But yeah, it's just one of those things. You know, I'd have liked to have seen a little bit of colour in the face, just to break it all up a bit, but you know, I'm not going to complain about it too much. And then his head sculpt. Again, lovely detail on the actual head sculpt. With that unimpressed look and those ridges down the side of his helmet and up the top. And just the forehead detail, that crest area in general, around above the eyes, is just really gorgeous. They've done a really good job with this. And it all blends in as well. Yeah, that is Chasm, Quake's headmaster partner. I'll leave them off actually, because we'll take a look at them in their tank modes. Okay, so the alt modes are like these little Cybertronic tanks, which are, I've got to say, I really like them. I know I've bitched about deluxe tanks in the past, because to me tanks should be bigger. But the key thing with this little tank here is that, if I can get the cockpit up, you can fit someone inside it. And let's not forget that this was their, this was the original size kind of thing, wasn't it? Hardhead was always the same size as Chrome Dome, Brainstorm and Highbrow. He was never, you know, massive, he was never really bigger than the other ones. They're all roughly the same size. So he gets away with it, and it's a Cybertronic tank. So, you know, on Cybertron, you probably don't need as many. You don't have to worry about carrying millions of people. So I'd say it does a nice job. It's when you've got fucking like 07 Brawl, and he's a big ass fucking tank that Jazz has to like fucking run up and down and all that lot, and then he's released as a deluxe. I know they did a leader and they've done a Studio Series Voyager, but you know, when he's released as a deluxe or Galvatron, the Universe Galvatron, it's, yeah, that's a bit off, because Galvatron isn't supposed to be that small. The Brawl isn't supposed to be that small, not compared with his movie counterpart, toy versus movie. But you know, with these, they get away with it a bit more because they are, yeah, they're not meant to be massive tanks. And they're also more like skimmer sort of things as well. I don't know. There's something, you can't really define them as an out-and-out tank because of their alien nature. And I like that about these figures. Again, let's look at the colouring of them. Both do a great job with the colouring. Highbrow with his light green and almost Constructicon green with the nice orange cockpit, and yeah, Furos and Chasm are sat in the cockpits now. Quake has that grey. I like how Hardhead's gunmetal grey on the treads and around the sides adds a little extra level of badassery to it. And Quake, I don't know what it is about burgundy and grey with the blue. It's almost sort of like Decepticons are traditionally, they have the purple and black. Like black and purple seems to be a Decepticon go-to. I'm feeling like burgundy and grey, and this general colour scheme with the burgundy and stuff is also another go-to as well. And I like that. I like the colour schemes of both of these. He might look a bit more badass than him, but that's his original colour, so I'm not going to complain. But yeah, tank modes are great. And yeah, it's one of those things where I don't mind the size, because a Voyager Hardhead would have required Voyagers of Highbrow, which is fine because it's a helicopter, but Voyager Chrome Dome, which is a sports car, nah. So I'm fine with it as it is. They're great figures anyway. I think mainly it might be like one of those subconscious things where my issue with like small tanks is I don't have any good tanks apart from these two. I don't know, because the Combiner Wars tank wasn't the best. Movie 7 Brawl was shit. Universe Galvatron, shit. So I don't really have any decent deluxe tanks other than these two as a reference point. I don't think, anyway. Probably not. But yeah, there's the massive turret and then a little gun that I've put on top. But you can also, you pull that up and back. You've also got a little seat that I have got spare. I'm not going to take Furos out. I've got spare Titan Masters. Let's use them. Or I had spare Titan Masters. Where are you little bastards? Oh, I've got the little fucking buggy and dino twat things. But where are my Titan Masters? Oh, I've got one over here, it's fine, got it. Yeah, this is one of the Decepticon randoms. I think Chomper and Brawn might be in God Bomber. I might have just put them in there out of the way. Yeah, so this little Titan Master dude, we'll get to a review on him later on. But this, you can pull that part back on the tank, and then you can sit another Titan Master in there and he can man the turret. So, yeah, there's a passenger side. You can fit 2 people on this tank, which is more than you can say for Galvatron or Brawl. And also do the same thing with Quake. It might go better on because this guy is a Decepticon. So let's take a look at that. I'll get him in there. Sat comfortably. And yeah, so you can have Quake riding out, piloting the tank. Driving it, and then you've got, can't remember this guy's name, he can go out and, you know, man the guns and all that shit. So, yeah, like I said, there's a lot of playability with these little guys, and even the big guys. And yeah, I'm very pleased with both of these. I'm not so pleased with my camera, it's been a very naughty boy. But, yeah, that was my review of... I do just want to mention as well the Decepticon symbols quickly. On there, look. It's not your traditional Decepticon symbol placement, is it? It's at an angle, it's got a lightning bolt going through behind it. It's almost like Decepticon Power Rangers. And I dig that. Yeah, 2, again, very nice figures. I like them both. They both have their advantages over the other, but all in all, still great toys, and I'm really glad I picked them up. And it's one of those things where you don't need 2 of that mould, but you may feel a little better for having 2 of that mould, if that makes sense. Anyway, hood down. Yep, Darth Dez, done for now. Yeah, anyway, that wraps up my review of Titan's Return Hardhead and Quake with Furos and Chasm. I've been Dezaras Prime. You shall see me in a bitch.